Danny Flexen here for Seconds Out with Frank Smith, CEO, of course, of Matchroom. How you doing?
Yeah, very well, thanks. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm good.
Enjoying summer?
I love the summer. I think I've got that SAD thing, where like seasonal affective disorder, is it?
What's that? He's got.
We're only happy in the summer.
See him. He's got his short sleeve shirt on. He's ready for a day out in the park after this.
It's probably a blessing that they can't see me, to be fair.
No, you're looking well.
That's very kind of you. You're looking well too. Let's just carry on like this for the whole interview. We don't need to talk about boxing, yeah. We're here at the press conference to formally announce Anthony Joshua against Andy Ruiz 2 out in Saudi Arabia. Unlike Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz, who neither of them are here, where there's going to be press conferences in September. Should we read anything into the fact that neither of them are here today?
No, it was just a case that this obviously moved very quickly. We've always planned to do a press tour with the two guys, and we couldn't get everything aligned in time to do it. You know, we're going to do a three country press tour. We're going to start in Saudi Arabia and then do London and the US, probably New York. So we're going to announce details of that soon. And that's just, as I say, we couldn't get everything aligned and in place for such a short turnaround. We announced this on Friday, wanted to get a press conference out there to answer some of the questions people had, and this was more about talking about the venue, location, decision, etc.
And Eddie Hearn confirms, you alluded to questions being asked, Eddie Hearn confirmed that Ruiz Jr.'s team had agreed to this rematch and the venue and so on. Why do you believe that Ruiz has been so quiet on his social media over the last couple of days, sparking a myriad of conspiracy theories?
It's all a bit of fun, isn't it? You know, it's all a bit of fun. Everyone likes to read into everything, but as he said, he signed. He's up for the rematch. It's the fight he signed for. You know, he beat Anthony Joshua fair and square, and now AJ's got his chance to win his belts back. So all signed, a bit of fun and games.
So we can expect him to kind of re-emerge perhaps tomorrow?
Yes, yeah.
Why was Saudi Arabia the right place to take this fight? You deal with a lot of the financial side of things. You're as involved as Eddie, if not more so. What made this offer stand out from all the others?
I think it's a great location. You've seen what they've done with other sports and how they're trying to, you know, as they say, as Omar said from Skill Challenge, they've got this vision 2030, and their idea is to put all of these things in place over the next few years to, you know, change people's understanding of Saudi Arabia. They've had some great events there. They've had the Formula E. They've had WWE, the Royal Rumble, I think it was a couple of weeks ago now.
The greatest ever Royal Rumble.
Was it?
No, that's what it's called.
Oh, is it? The greatest ever Royal Rumble. Sorry, I used to be a WWE fan. Now I just have time to watch boxing. So, you know.
Grew up.
No. You still a WWE fan?
Yeah, massive WWE.
It's huge though. It's amazing the brand they've got.
Eddie mentioned actually on that subject that you'd spoken to people from WWE. Please tell me Eddie actually spoke to Vince McMahon. That would make my day.
He might have done. I don't spend every hour with him. He might have done. But, you know, we spoke to a lot of people. You know, there's been other boxing events there. You saw recently Amir Khan fought there. World Boxing Super Series was there with George Groves and Callum Smith. So, you know, they've really got hunger to do huge events. And this is probably the biggest boxing event there is around right now to take place. So it's great to be working with them as partners, and what they're going to be doing ahead of the event and the planning they're putting into it is just, you know, it's on another level, honestly. We've had various meetings the last few days and they've got some huge plans for this, and I can't wait to be out there.
Without going into exact figures, was it the biggest financial offer on the table of all the ones you fielded?
No, I can't, you know, we never really disclose any figures. It was something that made sense for everyone. It was a neutral venue, and you know, there was a lot of competition. There was a lot of people who wanted to stage this event, so it was something that made sense, and it's somewhere that's shown a vision to invest in sport at all levels, which is what we want to do. You know, we're lucky enough to do events all around the world. You know, we've got US, Italy, we do events annually in Monaco. And it's another place where they want to invest in the sport and various sports and grow and build, which is what we want to align with. You know, we're here for a long time and we want to align with partners who have the same ambition and vision as us.
With the time zone issues, especially with the US, does that make it virtually a lock that DAZN will be showing the fight rather than a pay-per-view option over in the US?
We're still working, you know, as it's quite public. Our deal with DAZN is separate from Anthony Joshua, so we're still working through that at present. But, you know, it's a great time zone for the UK fans. It's going to be on at around 9 p.m, which is perfect timing for everyone on their sofa watching it on Sky Sports Box Office. So, you know, we took everyone's thoughts into account. And, you know, in the US, probably 4 or 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock probably in Eastern time.
So potentially not suitable for a pay-per-view audience perhaps in the US given the time, and I think someone told me earlier, it's a big college sports weekend as well.
Yeah, I mean, look, we have a very close relationship with DAZN, as you know. We're just working through various details of the US side of things, so as soon as we have more info on that, we will announce.
You mentioned the ambition of people within Saudi Arabia and the backers and so on of changing the public perception of the country as a whole. That's something you'll know that WWE, among other event organisers, have faced criticism regarding, that going and staging an event over there could be seen as some form of endorsement of some of the practices that take place out there, specifically treatment of women, freedom of the press and so on. What do you make of that? And is this an opportunity to kind of maybe change from within some of those practices?
Well, I think, I'm not a politician. I'm not as close to all of these things, but they are making a change. You can see what the changes they made over the last few years, and these things, changes in countries take time. I'm not going to go into too much detail into it, but we have as Eddie said, we spoke to other people, other parties who have been there, and you saw from the promo video they played I think the change in the culture out there. It's not what people expect, or some of the backlash that you've seen on Twitter and Instagram, etc. You see these huge events. There's no, people say women are able to go to the events. I think that was a lot of the questions, a lot of the feedback we had online. Of course they are. You saw that in the promo video. So there is a change. I think people have to educate themselves as well. I had to educate myself on the various laws, etc., and other things out there. But people have to actually educate themselves on what the truth is. Not just, people are very naive and don't really look into it, to be honest. And that's the case with a lot of things.
Is there a positive side to it too, that bringing big events like this over there means the eyes of the Western world will be on Saudi Arabia, and it might even accelerate the pace of change?
Yeah, definitely. And that, as they've shown with the investment they've made in sports, arts, culture, etc., they are looking to make a change. They are looking to bring huge events there. They are looking. I think there's a stat like it's 70% of their population is under 25. So it's a new young generation, and it's exciting to take huge events there. So I think people have to look more, read more into it before they come out with facts with no knowledge, to be honest.
From your knowledge, was Joshua relieved that he wouldn't have to go ahead in the UK with all that pressure that goes on his shoulders whenever he performs here?
I think he would have taken, he was up for the fight. He's just up for the fight. He is up, he's very excited to go to Saudi Arabia, but take away from everything, he is very up for this fight. He knows what he needs to do. He needs to go in there and win those belts back. So once he gets in the ring, it could, in his mind, I think it could be anywhere. I'm not a sportsman. I never have been. Probably never will be with my figure. So a lot of people say, do you think it gives you the extra edge to do it in the UK, do it in your home country? I don't really know. I think once you get in there, it comes down at the level they are at. It comes down to who wants it more. And wherever you are, you want it more, you're going to win.
Did this help smooth things over a little bit with Ruiz? Because although contractually Eddie said before that you could have had the fight wherever you wanted to, and he would have had to go along with it, did it kind of smooth things over from his negotiating position that it is on neutral territory?
Yeah, look, again, as has been publicly spoken about, it was very much in our power where we wanted to do it. But we want to work together with people. We're not hard work to deal with as a business, I don't think. We work closely with a lot of different partners, and we work well together. I think being in a neutral territory does help. It takes away from that side of things. There was a lot of question marks, and a lot of people questioning, for example, what happened with the Dillian White situation, etc., which no one's actually been able to have say their real piece, because there's only so much you can say. So I think it may have helped that side, but there was many options to do it at, and Saudi Arabia made sense.
Could this be the beginning of regular events out in Saudi Arabia or the region?
I definitely think so. As I said, they've invested very heavily, not just in boxing, but in sport in general, and at all levels as well. I think a big part of them is trying to grow sports, for their younger generation coming through, and the local community. So I definitely think it's something that's possible. You've seen they've done the World Boxing Super Series, as we've said. They did the Amir Khan fight recently, and a host of other sports as well. So I think they're showing their ambition to really grow and build, not just in boxing, but sports as a whole.
Have you been out there before?
I haven't. I'm going, I think on Sunday I'm going out there. I was supposed to go to the World Boxing Super Series. We've got so many events on at the minute, so I don't always get, we sometimes split out the jobs, but I'm going out there next week. Looking forward to it. I'm hearing a lot of good things about it.
Brilliant. Well, we hope it all goes well, and really appreciate your time.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers,
Thanks
Frank.
for coming down.
Appreciate it.